I always thought it would be cool if you could go back and listen to the day-to-day of today's highest achievers as it happened, as opposed to 30 years later after they've made it. I believe there's a giant disconnect between ground zero and the top floor because we only see the top floor and the top floor only talks about the top. How valuable would that be? And so it goes without saying, but I believe I'll make it there. And this is a documented journey through each level. My name is Bryson Sessions, and you are listening to the Bed Podcast. All right, what's up, guys? We got episode 247. It's June 22nd, 2024. I did not rip ass. I'm in the ice bath. So I was on my way to FedEx this morning, and I wanted to share this then, but I don't know, I just didn't. I don't know how good the quality is in my car most of the time because I can put it in my shirt pocket, but then for all the, I don't know. So whatever. I actually bought some microphones for my phone for recording purposes, so I can do it at FedEx and have the quality not be absolute crow shit. So we got some of those, and honestly, just so I can do it around the house and have the quality be better. And I know the point of this show is not to have good quality or anything, but I'd rather, where I can, for very cheap. Mic was like $30. They just something that plugs into the bottom of my phone. It's wireless, and then I have the other piece that clip it to my hat or my shirt, whatever. And after watching a quick review, it'll get the job done. So I don't need the greatest quality, but better than windows down, driving 60 miles an hour down the road. Better than that quality. So anyway, so I found myself getting really discouraged yesterday with the whole coaching thing again, because, and here's why I was discouraged. So it sounds so silly now that I think about it objectively, but I think about other people in the space who are killing it, who are running ads, who are fitter, stronger, leaner, have more credentials, more experience, more followers, more whatever, you name it. All that times 20 more than me. And I'm like, dude, shit, I'm competing against them. There's no way. Like I stand no chance, And it gets discouraging because it's like, well, I'm going to message all these people, and these people are going to be like, oh, no, dude, fuck, I'm following Arnold, I'm following his shit because he's got to pay for yours. His is free kind of thing, So that's what's going through my head. And it's funny because I have these doubts, and I have proof in my past that I can do this, and I have done this, and I made almost $8,000 doing it over the course of time. I think that number gets higher and higher every time I tell the story. Honestly, it's probably closer to 7 total in 2 years. And anyway, and that was between, 10, 12 people. So between 12 people total, I made $6, $7, $8,000. Don't know. So anyway, so those, I just have these self-doubts, dude. And I'm, I say this all the time, but that's the reason why I have the show. I want to document everything, and especially things like this, because I want to be real, raw, and transparent with everybody listening. So hopefully the people listening in 5 years, 6 years, who are trying to start something, listen to this and they're like, oh, well, it was normal for him to have these self-doubts. But look at him. He had those self-doubts, and he still pulled through and made this thing. He makes $100,000 a month now. Good for him, kind of thing. That's the goal, right? So I had these doubts, and this morning, I just was like, dude, hold on. What the fuck is the market cap for, what's the industry worth, And I didn't look at the validity of the citations or whatever you want to call them, or the data, but it looks like it's going to be I guess it'd be a 12-figure industry by 2030. It's like 124 billion. I think that's 12 figures, right? And because a million's 10. Add 2 more. Yeah, it's got to be 12. 12 figures. Yeah, that's crazy. So 124 billion with a B industry by 2030. And I'm like, okay, well, the guy that kind of intimidated me, who's doing this and kicking ass, he probably doesn't make $1 million. So if he doesn't make $1 million, that's like, what is that, 0.01%? Because $1 million is 0.01% of $1 billion. So that's 0.0001. Don't know the math. We're talking zeros here. It's the easiest math to do, but I don't know. But anyway, so the person that I'm most intimidated by doesn't even represent 0.0001% of the entire market. And I'm like, oh, there's not enough room for me. It's funny because even if somebody out there was worth 50 billion in the fitness world, you know, there's still, if you base it off that number, there's still almost $75 billion in the industry, and there's just no way that's taken up by 2 more people. You know, there's enough to go around. I think that's one lesson I have to keep relearning. I wouldn't say it's a lesson, one reminder that I keep needing the reminding of, which is there's enough pie to go around. There's enough money in the world for everybody to have their fair share. You know, everybody can have a piece. Just because there's billionaires out there doesn't mean that someone else can't go make money. You know, it's not how the shit works. And shit, if you want to get political, they just print that shit off every day anyway. So there's always some going around, but whatever. So, but yeah, I had to remind myself of that, looked into it, and I'm like, dude, what the fuck am I afraid of? And the only way that person got up to the point where he is, and I'm not even being a hater, I'm just intimidated because that motherfucker's killing it. Good for him. And the only reason how he got there was probably starting from ground zero like I am. Probably made a program and started DMing 1,000 people a month. And was just trying to get his program into more hands, to help more people, get more testimonials, get more experience, and therefore push his business further, yada, yada, yada. You know, and why can't I do it? Dude, and like, call me cocky, but dude, I pay attention to so many different things and details and shit. Fuck, if you're my coworker, you know this. It's like some of the shit that I don't know. I don't know. So, anyway, I don't know if this is still recording. I have it set to turn off after 5 minutes, but whatever. Can't even see my phone because I put my phone closer. But if I cut off, then it's a 5-minute timer. But anyway, and yeah, so not trying to be arrogant, but I do think that my attention to certain things, I'm not going to say all the details, but just the processes. And dude, I always complain about softwares being so ass because it's like, dude, who the fuck designed this shit, bro? So I know that what I've got up my sleeve is going to be absolutely banging once I can get to the point where it is up to the standard that I would like it to be, because a lot of it requires software developers and a team and delegation and this and that and the other. And right now it's just me. So right now I'm trying to fight a 5-headed dragon with a plastic wand from Walmart and my Hey Dudes. So I'm going to lose, but I just have to keep fighting and keep going to get some better equipment. So anyway, so that's kind of the self-doubts this morning, or I guess yesterday, and then the solution this morning, just the positive thinking. And then again, with the inevitable, I cannot quit, or I cannot fail if I do not quit, right? I either die or I quit, and those are the only 2 routes that I can take to not achieve my goal. That's it. So, is this still... Dude, how long have I been in this goddamn ice bath, bro? It's got to be soon, right? It's got to be. I don't know. Well, anyway, yeah, so... Oh, I got one more thing to say. I don't want to talk about it because I feel like it's going to cut out. Whatever, dude. So as far as the daily video series... Dude, did I even set the timer? I don't think I set a timer. How long have I been in here? Oh, dude, I didn't even set a timer. Well, I took an 8-minute ice bath. No wonder why I was hurting, dude. Oh. Jesus Christ, dude. Well, I'm pink. Wow, I'm glad we got that on video or camera, audio. That's funny, dude. Wow, 8 minutes, huh? I feel like I have to do 8 minutes from here on out now. Because 8:20, I didn't even set a timer. I was wondering why that shit wasn't going off, dude. That's so funny. Well, I did 8 minutes. That was the longest I've ever done. I didn't like that at all, actually. Matter of fact, it went by quick because I was talking, so that's fine, I guess. Oh, did I sting? Yeah, I was starting to sting extra. So if you take if you're an ice bather, I think you understand what I mean by that sting. You know, it doesn't hurt. It's just like, okay, what's going on here? You know, it doesn't hurt, but it's very uncomfortable. I don't know how to explain it, but that was I was like, dude, it's only 39.4. I've done it colder. This is whatever. That's so funny, dude. Hell yeah. So, I mean, there's some proof right there that what you don't know can't hurt you. I mean, if I would have been paying attention and I knew what was in there for 8 minutes, I probably would have been like, oh no, I'm going to get this. I'm going to get cold and I'm going to get hurt. I'm going to kill my legs. So I just did it with no problem, just because I wasn't even thinking about it. So take your mind off the fucking end. Focus on the process of doing this shit, I guess, huh? You can tie everything to everything. What's that Steve Jobs quote? You can connect the dot. You can only connect the dots backwards. So you have to go through shit to then piece it together. Why those things happened? I don't know. Anyway, so yeah, that's the self-doubts that I had yesterday, and then that is kind of the thought process of me kind of getting out of the little shittiness of it all. So anyway, this one's going to be short. I'm going to leave it right there. So really easy to get discouraged and have these self-doubts and self-sabotage yourself. But I know I quote Alex Hormozy a lot, but he has another thing that I really like is, and it's, somebody asked him, how do I know when to quit? How do I know when to change gears? How do I know when to, call it a day if something's not working? Dude, I'm so pink. This is crazy. How do I know when to quit? Not like quit because it's too hard, but like something's really ain't working. How do you know when to call it quits? How do you know when to switch gears, do something else? And his response was, he keeps going unless new information has presented itself. So if there's no new information, if you didn't learn about this or that or something in the industry, if nothing changed, so he's got this goal, he's working towards it, no new information happens, it's just all internal, then probably keep going. Because so if there's no new information, then, yeah, I'm getting in the shower, what up? So if there's no new information, then everything that persuaded you to change your mind or to make you think you had to quit or to make you switch gears or whatever it is, that came from you. So that's your own internal dialogue saying, hey, what if this, so nothing happened. You just started doubting yourself. Excuse me, dude. If I got $1 every time my voice cracked, I wouldn't even need this podcast or all these business ideas, bro. I'd be sitting fat. Jesus. So anyway, so if there's no new information that presents itself, probably internal. And to be fair, he didn't say what I'm saying. He said the quote where it's like, there's no information, but everything what I'm saying now is interpreted by what he meant there, or assuming by what he meant, which is internal. So I was kind of thinking about that. I'm like, dude, nothing's happened. I mean, if anything, I'm going to be much better off doing it this go around, the whole coaching thing, because my attitude's right. My mental game is there. My expectations are where they ought to be. And the goal for, I guess what I'm trying to do is a lot more pure than just making money to quit my job. I want to make money so that I can fund this pre-workout thing. And it's so funny because maybe, I don't know, maybe a year from now, I don't have a 9 to 5. I'm doing this full time, but also pushing the pre-workout thing. And it's funny because then I'd be running, I guess, 2 businesses. Fuck. I don't know, man. Just the thought of running, I don't know, dude. The thought of having to do this personal training, but have to do it full time and have that be, my lifeblood, while trying to fund another business, that's crazy. But we'll get there when we get there. Right now, I'm just focused on getting on the phone and not pussing out. So, because I've never done that before. It's so funny, dude. There's so many nuances here. Not nuances. What am I trying to say? Contradictions. Because I totally forgot to say this, dude. Oh my hell. So there's actually a lot of. Okay. So it's one thing to get on the phone, sell my own product, and ask for a high dollar amount. I've never done that because I was just like, dude, I'll just send it in the DMs. But little did I know, sending it through the DMs, you can't quite get the value of your service or product across because it's not you talking about it or you hitting on the details or you talking about how this person transformed or whatever. It's just sending a PDF and they can skim through it. They can do whatever they need. They can just get to the bottom, see the price. And then if that's what they did the first time, then they can just scroll the bottom, see it's $400 a month or whatever. Like, hell no. So they didn't even see the value. So that's what I always did. And of course I still got some people, which is cool, but I probably could have 10x'd the people that I got and probably could have made 80 grand. Like I say that because like I absolutely positively could have. I wasn't a bitch and I just pushed through it, There's nothing to even push through. It's just getting over fears, right? And I'm going to come back. But even today with FedEx, I mean, I didn't see that many people today, but I actually tried to engage in conversation with the people that came in contact with as far as the reviews go. So I didn't even get 5 people. I think we got 4. Which I can check right now. Matter of fact, I might have gotten 5. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. Nope, only got 4. Shitty, dude. We'll get the money later, huh? So, anyway, but the conversations that I had today were, I just felt so much more comfortable and more confident in the way that I was. So to clarify, talking to people, period, is fine, but talking to them with the possibility of rejection, with me trying to explain something to a stranger, kind of in a time crunch, to get them to do something that I want them to do, that's a different story. So when I'm asking them to review their delivery, it's like, it's just, for me, it's just like, I don't know, it's just uncomfortable as fuck. But the reason why I'm saying all this is because I did it today, and I started implementing different, I don't know what you want to call them, requirements for myself, just so I can learn. And so instead of being like, hey, will you leave me a review? It helps. Instead of being like that, I'm like, hey, so we're doing this thing. We're trying to get reviews, yada, yada. We just got to get blah, blah, blah. So do you know how to track your package? And they'll probably say yes or no. And I say, okay, well, so you got that same link in your email. You go to click package where it's at. You know what I'm talking about, right? And they're like, oh, yeah. So that's the first thing. Or I guess the second thing that I'm doing. That's new. And I'm like, okay, so you're going to go there. You're going to click on the link. It's going to pop up with 5 stars after about 6 seconds. There's quite a delay, so just wait a sec. And then you can click 1 through 5 stars, rate the delivery experience. You don't even have to type anything. It takes 20 seconds. And oftentimes when I say all of that, people are like, oh, can I do it right now? And I'm like, oh, yeah, you have to do it on your phone, whatever, and blah, blah, blah. And anyway, so the growth there for me is the fact that I'm, if you want to call it a qualifying question, like, hey, do you know how to do this? And if they say yes, then it's like, great. So you're going to go there. And it doesn't matter if they actually do or don't. It's just for me getting the practice of asking more than one question. Instead of being like, hey, you want to be a cool person and leave me a review? Thanks. I'm like, hey, so do you know how to track your package? Do you know how to click the link? Okay, you know what I'm talking about? Right. So you're going to go on there, click the 5 stars. Would you mind doing that? Cool. Appreciate that. So for me, it's just getting the reps in, having more than, I guess, just making myself talk more and ask more questions. I don't know. To the people out there who are trying to grow and people who have gotten to the high level of sales or whatever, hopefully you know what I'm talking about. Because I'm proud of myself, and it's just a small win, and I'm just trying to document everything, embarrassing or not. And I say that as I haven't uploaded that other ice bath episode, but whatever. So what the hell was I talking about before all this? Oh yeah, so with the whole fitness coaching thing, like that's all I needed to do was just hop on the phone, face that fear, and just address all the, just get that. Like, I honestly just want to call random people, but hey, I don't want to sell you shit, but can I practice my pitch? And they'd probably say, hell no. But dude, for me, at this point in time, my desire for learning and getting better and growing is much greater than quite literally anything else. And at least that's how it feels, because when I think about pursuing the coaching thing again, I get more excited about the fact that I can face this fear, conquer it, and just master this skill of sales within the next 20 years, right? That's exciting to me. And it's more exciting, well, I don't want to say more exciting, but it's cool to think about the type of business it is and how lucrative it is when you do it right and you actually give a fuck. And that gets me hyped because it's like, dude, my future family's getting taken care of. I'm like, it's just cool. Anyway, so I think I got way off track with that's what I was talking. I never addressed this. So I think I have in previous episodes actually, but for EOS Fitness, when I was a gym membership salesperson there, we had to have 75 calls per day. And that's where I got off track, dude. Jesus. It's one thing to sell a big old product that's worth, $400 a month or whatever. and have the fear of rejection. It's another thing to sell a gym membership as $20 a month. So, and also I was still getting paid whether or not I made the sale or not. So there was the absence of truly, a back against the wall, because it's like whether or not I make the sale, I still get paid. You know what I mean? So, but with EOS Fitness, I at the time had the highest record phone calls in one day with 310, I believe. So 310 phone calls in an 8-hour shift. I think I had 37 appointments. That rings a bell, I think. And I think from there, I could be way off, dude. I think I had like 20 shows, but it was on the day that I didn't even work, so I didn't even get to capitalize on it. But it was just, I share that story because, and I think I don't know, I haven't talked to anybody, but I have to imagine I'm the record holder for the most phone calls coming from the person who's too pussy to get on the phone. That's so funny, right? So I say that because it's like I'm so scared to get on a Zoom call and present a program, but I literally made 310 of these phone calls in one day, and I got up to like 150, 200 daily. I just was on the phones all day. I didn't have a problem doing it. Matter of fact, I found joy in just hearing go, get the reps in. But that was with not even my own product and a much cheaper product. So I think that's where the intimidation comes in. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and actually cut the show there. It's funny because at 10 minutes I said that was it, but whatever. But yeah, so I'm going to continue working on the program, keep on building everything out in it. The more, because I've actually had a few ideas and I've completed those ideas. When I look at the practicality and the actual real life usefulness of it, and I'm like, this is not what I thought. So then I kind of have to repurpose that and figure out different ways to incorporate the things that I made. So anyway, that's the show. Appreciate you guys listening, as always. So also we had 1,300 downloads today, so that's cool. So anyway, peace out. Talk to you guys later.
Hey, thanks for listening, and quick reminder here. So this podcast doesn't prioritize professionalism or quality at all. It's just meant to be a shoot from the hip type podcast with the intent just to get a quick message out. So some episodes might be inaudible in 30 seconds and others might be 45 minutes and super crisp sounding. So all these are being made so that by episode 7,305, which is 20 years, we can come back and see the entire playbook of how I made it to wherever I'm going. So thank you so much for listening. I really appreciate it. I'll talk to you soon.